Germany is synonymous with impressive production, impeccable precision, and engineering mastery from the Germans in the field of watchmaking that is truly worth a closer look. Coming from a German watch manufacturer that produced timepieces since 1907, Aristo Uhren, known today as Aristo Watch Co, was founded by watchmaker Julius Epple in Pforzheim, southwestern Germany, a beautiful city that earned the nickname Goldstadt, or Golden City, for its jewelry and watchmaking industry. For the very first time, Gnomon Watches is presenting an exclusive limited edition timepiece from Aristo Watch Co that captures the rustic charm of a vintage military flieger, rediscovering the spirit of classic pilot watches with the rare new old stock hand-winding caliber by De Rohe, a distinguished German movement manufacturer back in the late 60s. Measuring with a tasteful case diameter of 38.5 millimeters, a lug-to-lug distance of 43.5 millimeters, and a pleasantly slender case thickness of merely 9.5 millimeters thanks to the manual winding movement. Built out of 316L stainless steel, the case is finished excellently with retrograde satin brushing at the top of the lugs and the side of the case, contrasted with a thick, highly polished bezel around the scratch-resistant sapphire crystal for a dressy flair. A rather simple and minimal Flieger-inspired layout following the dial designs of vintage aviation watches. The matte black dial features 12 luminous Arabic numerals for hour markers, pencil-style minute hand, and a broad, distinctive squared-off hour hand that provides clear orientation of the dial with a simple glance on the wrist. A generous coating of old radium Swiss superluminova lume treatment that exhibit a charming vintage appeal of 8 radium lume used of the past while offering a bright green glow in dark lighting conditions. Beauty lies in Aristo's fine attention to details in the dial work, depicted by a needle seconds hand that reaches out all the way to reach the railroad minute track at the edges of the dial, as well as Aristo's retro logo for a cool vintage touch. With a lack of a day window, the dial flaunts a delightful symmetry that is certainly gratifying to look at. At the back of the watch reveals a see-through display case back grants a gorgeous view of the new old stock De Rohe 45 caliber movement that came straight out of the golden era of German watchmaking, founded in 1933 by Ludwig Hummel. De Rohe was a distinguished name that grew to be one of the leading movement manufacturers for watch manufacturers in the region of Pforzheim during its prime. Like any well-made mechanical movement, the 17-jewel manual winding movement is a capable engine that could very well outlive the wearer if taken care of. Beating at a rate of 21,600 beats per hour, (bph), the movement features a healthy power reserve of approximately 40 hours. Despite not having fancy finishes and decorations, this is a utilitarian workhorse that is meant to last a lifetime with its incredibly robust metal parts. Limited to only 50 pieces worldwide, the caseback is engraved with an individual serial number out of 50 as a mark of exclusivity. On top of that, this is a unique timepiece that marks the very first Gnomon signed caseback on an Aristo model, a never-seen-before detail denoting a limited Aristo release that is exclusively available only at Gnomon Watches. Wrist check. Wearing at just 38.5 millimeters, the Aristo Aviator Vintage 4H451 Limited Edition comes in a wearable, more refined modern form factor, bringing forth the cultivated appearance sitting closer to the dimensions of an elegant dress piece despite having its core design inspired by military pilots' tool watches. Accompanying this suave timepiece, the accompanied German handmade mocha brown leather strap handsomely elevates the old-school glamour of the timepiece with a delicately distressed texture and vintage stitching. Overall, the Aristo Aviator Vintage 4H451 Limited Edition is especially appealing for those who crave a vintage experience in a watch that is essentially fresh out of the box, incorporating a new old stock movement that is a significant part of the history of the German watchmaking industry. This exclusive release from Aristo is more than just a watch that tells the time. It is a creation that encapsulates the rich history of the brand and German watchmaking in itself. And that's it for me, guys. If you're interested in these watches, do check out on our website. Link will be stated down at the description box. And if you like this video, do give us a like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for more upcoming videos. And do follow all our social media platforms. Link will be stated down in the description box below. Thanks for watching.